H&L presents the grand finale, part 28. Andrew LaFleur ascends. Back at the Celia capital planet, where Andrew LaFleur was still governor, but had secretly declared his independence. Rumor had it that a large Quechua force was coming to invade. Andrew LaFleur knew that this was the time for him to prove himself to the entire universe, that the LaFleur name had returned, and that a new hope for the universe was here. But he could not imagine what was truly coming. Bacaro Yellow, on the advice of Kozar, sent the hundreds of millions up to a billion demon hordes that have waited eons for battle towards LaFleur in order to get the sword of Utopia. He sent his most powerful warrior, Joy, and his powerful swordsman, Dasa, under the instruction of Kovat to completely eradicate the new Androscan forces. As they looked over at the open field where the battles took place, Ever Mary was stunned. He couldn't believe it. Those in Great Hall, those are demons. I haven't seen so much demons before in my entire life. And then Hugh looked on and said, "Man, that is a lot of them. What do we do?" And then Andrew LaFleur walked all armored up in his fine clothes, all cool like, with his sword of Utopia in hand. He leaned over the ledge, his knee up against the railing, and said, "They're gonna need more men." And everyone looked at him, dumbfounded. And then Joy appeared in front of the demon horde and said, "Andrew LaFleur, you are indeed a smart and wise man. I'll give you this one chance to surrender. Give up the sword, and we promise you only eternity enslavement. But refuse, and we will give you a punishment so great that you wish death was the only thing you're going to happen." And that's all. Looked on and looked up. LaFleur said, "Richie, Falk, you, Jenna, everyone and me, keep the men back. When the time is right, I'll call you." And everyone and Mary said, "My lord, where are you going?" "If they want this sword, they'll have to take it from my cold hands. I'm going down myself." And LaFleur jumped with the sword of Utopia, and he flew towards 5 miles away from the castle, towards the front of the demon horde, with all the powers and abilities of his descendants and of LaFleur through all the time and space, who had the emblems and other weapons. LaFleur then challenged all the demons to a duel. All the demons of hell versus my person. Win, and this universe is yours. Lose, and forfeit your existence in this universe. And Joy, filled with envy about how brave LaFleur was enraged and summoned all the demon hordes to attack, from giants to ghosts to transforming monsters and all kinds of demons and forces. LaFleur went on to fight. He then summoned the sword as he slammed it down deep in the ground, which made an open crater and destroyed some demons in the pits of hell. And then he waved the sword high and started slashing quickly, almost in the speed of light, slashing and dashing and slaying demons left and right. And then he activated the black hole, which his late granddaughter once had, and found several black holes around dozens of demon hordes, which sucked them up, destroying them instantly. And then he summoned his ultimate attack, the ultimate utopian blast, which was first implemented at the Carbonian planet, where it began to laser. Hundreds of millions of demons would be slain instantly. Darcy couldn't believe it. Could his sword of plagues actually dent LaFleur? He was stunned. All this power in one man with one sword. He was shaking in his boots. Seeing that he was losing, Joy himself went to face LaFleur and said, "LaFleur, it's me and you now. Fight me." And then the two began to fight. LaFleur swung his sword, and Joy dodged his sword like this with his forearms. While that was happening, Darcy began to look out for an opening, and the remaining demon hearts charged the castle. And then Hugh gave the order, "Charge, men! The time is now! The time is now, men! Charge!" And so Hugh and the rest, turned into a big giant blob as usual, and started bashing demon heads. Avon Mary and his forces, who once fought in Sire of Angels against demonic forces known as the Tectorans, began to fight once again against demon hordes. Bach and Richie defended themselves and began to fight. And then demon-like flying birds began to shoot themselves and turn giant arrows, attacking the castle. Richie and Bach began to defend the castle against these demon forces. And whenever Mary, Hugh, and Jenna were in the front lines fighting the rain demons. As for the front, Andrew, LaFleur, and Joy were fighting, and then Fleur summoned all his strength. He did a barrel roll, and then sliced his sword in the side of Joy, which went through his hard plastic exterior. Joy was stunned, and then LaFleur quickly stood up and did a spin, cut in deep in the back of Joy, and then he did a semi-flip and spin his sword, cutting the head off Joy, and Joy was killed. At that moment, Darcy saw an opening and jumped and did a spin around and tried to charge all the plagues of his sword on LaFleur. "If violence can't kill you, then plagues will kill you." And then LaFleur saw this, and he opened up the shield around him, which protected him. And then he launched his ultimate attack, the Great Androsican Special, where he the giant seal and emblem of Androsica around Darcy and blasted upon him. Darcy was sent all the way around the planet in lightning speed, got around the large circumference of the planet, which was like the size of Jupiter, in 3 seconds. Then LaFleur grabbed his hand out like that, expecting Darcy to return, grabbed him by the neck, slammed him down to the ground, choke slam, threw his sword up like this, and stabbed Darcy in the heart, killing him instantly. Darcy disappeared. With Darcy and Joy defeated, the demon hordes were leaderless, and they fled all directions back to the darkness in which they came. After that, LaFleur went to his forces and said, "Damage report, how much did we lose?" And then Avon Mary said, "My lord, little to none. The castle has a few damage here and there, but it could be rebuilt." LaFleur said, "Indeed, this is my time," looking down at his sword. Rose his sword up in the air and said, "Men of Androsica, the time for us to rule this universe, not for ourselves, but for the people of all races and creeds, no matter what galaxy they come from. The time for utopia, on universal scale, is at last, again, come." And then the forces of Androsica cheered, as now they were riding a wave towards victory, and began to mobilize and prepare themselves for the final decisive battle.